Oh, hello there, and welcome back to the Krutz kitchen for another episode of Cooking with Krutz. So it's July 4th weekend, and you know what that means, right? Barbecue. So today we're going to be making a tempeh barbecue ribs recipe with some garlic roasted potatoes and green beans to really get that barbecue kick going. So let's get started. And we're going to use 2 tempehs for this. So to start, what we're going to do is we're actually going to open the tempeh package. And the way that you do that is you find a place to open it. Can't find one. Come on now. Come on, you son of a... Come on! Come on! Yeah! Oh, another one. What do I do? Come on!
Yeah, you're so funny.
Well, sorry about that, folks, but we finally got the tempeh open. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna just cut this into little like rib shapes. So we're just gonna take our knife and go like that and repeat. Usually I can get about seven ribs per tempeh. So we have that cut, and then we're gonna do the same thing with the next one. So here we go again. And we're back. We got our tempeh cut, and the next step is we're going to steam the tempeh because that takes some of the bitterness out of the rawness of that tempeh. I got my trusty assistant over here. What's your name, sir?
Sam.
Where are you from?
I'm from Storybook Land.
Okay. Sam from Storybook Land. Let's bring you in a little closer.
Okay.
I want you to take this tempeh and drop it in that pan. But be careful, it's hot.
Yeah.
And then another. And another. You're doing awesome, dude. How'd that feel putting that in there?
Great.
So now that we got the tempeh in the steamer, we're just gonna cover it up and we're gonna let that go for a while. But we're not done here. While that's going with the steamer, we're gonna get ready and working on our roasted potatoes. That's right. Over here, we have our potatoes diced already, but still raw, right?
Raw?
You like these?
Yeah. Those are so amazing.
What are they?
They're potatoes, and we opened these.
That's right. You wanna help me season them?
Yeah.
Let's do it! So for the potatoes, we really only need a couple of ingredients. Well, maybe more than a couple, but 4.
What?
5. I don't know.
That bottle's
So we're going to start with 2 tablespoons roughly of olive oil. So we're just going to drop a swig in there and then another swig. Now we're going to add some salt.
Okay.
You can always add more salt later to your taste. Then a little bit of pepper. Well, let's not do it like that. That would have been a lot of pepper. We'll just dab a little bit on. And then the secret ingredient, the nutritional yeast.
I said that the tempeh is getting watery.
The nutritional yeast gives it like a little bit of a nutty, cheesy flavor.
Yeah.
So what I like to do with my fresh garlic is take a tool called a
And
fork.
I like to take a spoon.
You're gonna take a spoon. You wanna grab some garlic with your spoon. I'm gonna dump my garlic on the taters. And my assistant will do the same. Drop it on. Good job. Maybe 1 or 2 more of those. We like our potatoes real garlicky in the Krutzel house. So we got our seasoned potatoes, and now what we're going to do is shake it all up. So I'm going to put the Krutzel lid on the Krutzel container. And do you want to shake it, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah, shake it hard. There you go. Fast. You are the best potato shaker I've ever seen. Now we're just going to let that sit. And we're going to come back to our tempeh over here. This needs about 5 to 7 more minutes. Once this is done, we'll come to...
In the TV show too, I was stuck it and we just jump again.
Right on. So now that the tempeh is fully steamed, we're just going to take this off We're going to set that aside in its place where it won't burn our stove. I'm going to take our tempeh out and just line them all up on a baking sheet. I like to use something called a spatula for this. My son calls these sneeps though. So, you know, spatula, sneep, whatever you want to call
That's
it,
not
right?
a spatula.
It's not. A tongue. It's called a tongue. What we're going to do next is take some chopped up onion and we're just going to sprinkle it all over the tempeh. About half an onion is good. And now, the pièce de résistance, barbecue sauce. This is Sweet Baby Ray's, but you know, anything is good. You can also make your own barbecue sauce if you'd like. And we're just going to drizzle that on all of the tempeh so everything is really covered nicely. Then we're going to take our brush and kind of spread it around all of these tempehs. So now that everything is fully covered in the barbecue, we're going to put it in the oven. It's preheated to 350 and we're going to put it in for 30 minutes. So we have our steamer here. We're not done with that yet. Now we're going to take our green beans and we're going to reuse the steamer from before with all the water that we used to steam the tempeh. And then we'll just turn it back on and let that cook for over the next, 15 to 30 minutes. We'll check them, and when they're done cooking, we'll take them out. We're gonna take our air fryer out and we're just gonna drop the potatoes in. You wanna make enough potatoes so they're not overcrowding the air fryer tray. You want it to be a nice single layer of potatoes. And we're just gonna put that in and let that be for now, and we'll come back to that. So we got about almost 20 minutes left on the tempeh. That's coming along nicely. Our cheese is warming up and our green beans are cooking. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the potatoes that we added to the air fryer before. We're going to turn the air fryer on, make sure we're on the air fry setting, and we're gonna do 20 minutes at 375. And what we're going to do is about halfway through, we're going to flip them around. You want to check it periodically just to make sure that they're not burning, but that's roughly the right amount of time to get them to the perfect crispiness for this dish. Okay, so everything is done. Our potatoes are done cooking, so let's get them out of the air fryer, and we'll just place them right on the stove top. Then we're going to open up our oven and grab the completed tempeh ribs. Look at those bad boys. Aren't they just beautiful? So first we're gonna take our tempeh ribs and just assemble them like so. Want to make sure we get some of those onions because that's really like the best part in my opinion. I love the onions on top. We'll start with 3. We can always come back for more if we want seconds. Grab some of the taters and drop them down. We'll get a little bit more because Daddy likes his potatoes. And then finally, we got our green beans. Just take some of those and dump those suckers on like so. Now, this part's optional, but I think it's essential, which is our cashew cheese whiz on top of the potatoes. We're just gonna kind of drizzle that on and it's gonna be absolutely delicious. So there you have it. So I'm gonna start with our cheese potatoes and here we go. I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, it's so good. That cheese in particular is so good. So I'll make sure to post a link into the description with the recipe for that cheese from episode 1 of Cooking with Krutz. Now, let's go ahead and try the tempeh. It's so good. Hopefully you like what you saw today. I'll post a description to where I got the inspiration for the tempeh recipe in the description as well. And thanks again for watching and have an awesome July 4th. Proud to be an American.
We're always stand on our feet. Don't forget the man who died and gave the right to me.
And I'll stand.
Ah!
Boo doo boo boo.